I wanted to buy Final Fantasy off of eBay and I ended up with some girl trying to fight me. There was a time where I liked to buy old used games off of eBay, and there's an option to have the games be delivered to you or the option to pick it up yourself from the seller. At least these are the options in my city. Picking it up yourself has 2 advantages and 1 disadvantage. First advantage being not having to pay for delivery fees, so it's much cheaper. Second being able to inspect the product yourself before buying to make sure it's not a bootleg or scam. The only negative is that you have to go out and interact with people. I found the game at a reasonable price, so I wrote the seller and he lived a reasonable walking distance from me. Which was great, I thought. I arrived at the set time and destination, and out of the door comes a huge gorilla. He was tall and bulky. Dude looked like 3 buff guys combined into a super buff guy. I made the rule to never enter the house of some strangers, so I just stood in front of the door. He gave me the game and I started to inspect it. Can't have him sell me some broken game. I looked at the game disc, acting like I knew what I was doing so he would know. I won't fall for any scams. Trying to intimidate that 7-feet giant. Had no idea what I was doing actually. I think he felt awkward with me looking at the game all silently and tried coming up with some small talk. We ended up talking for longer than I anticipated. He kind of told me his whole life story, which I only partially remember now. Didn't really pay that much attention. He's a half Japanese guy, he plays soccer, something about being a recovering drug addict, and his girlfriend broke up with him recently. Eventually he invited me over to his apartment, but I was like, nah fam, I got a game to play, and went home. Ain't no kidnapping happening today, mister! On the same day later, when I was sitting at home booting the game, the eBay guy texted me. He got my phone number off of our eBay chat. I put it up so he could reach me in an emergency. Not the best idea to give your phone number out to a stranger.
What do you think of flowers? Smiley face.
That's the most random thing you could text someone you just sold a video game on eBay to, but that's okay, I'm a tolerant person. I replied with, they're pretty nice. Smiley face.
Do you think my ex-girlfriend would like it if I gave her flowers?
Sure, everyone loves getting flowers. Although, why would you give your ex flowers?
Haha, maybe I should get you some as well. Smiley face.
Haha, okay.
Winky face.
I stopped responding to that. I should have straight out said no, because this was my first grave mistake. That was pretty much the only conversation we had since then. And I actually just completely forgot about it until a week later. I got a message in the middle of the day from some unknown number.
Stay away from my man.
I was confused as heck, so I responded with, what man?
Don't play dumb, you little bridge.
She used another word instead of bridge. Rich of you to assume I'm smart enough to play dumb. Homegirl, you got the wrong number. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Come on, you coward. I will punch you in the face when I see you. Where do you live? Meet me outside so we can fight.
Now that was a statement. Her messages were quite threatening. And thinking back, it's kinda scary to have someone saying they're trying to find you and beat you up. But ain't no one calling me a coward. So instead, I just told her to meet me at the gym in an hour. It was the gym I frequented in, it was in our district, and we're gonna meet at this entrance door. We're gonna have our fight! Man, the way she texted me, I was ready to scratch her eyeballs out. Whew! When I finally arrived at our meeting point, she was nowhere to be seen. So I texted her saying, hey, I'm here now.
Do you think I would spend that time to meet up with you? I have better things to do.
You were the one suggesting a fight. I left my phone on silent and nonchalantly went on my gym sesh. The girl was all bark and no bite. When I was done and looked on my notifications, I had this wall of texts calling me every name in the book, saying the nastiest thing. That doesn't even make sense since we don't know each other. So I wrote her, you know what? I'm going to block you now. Now with that out of the way, I was back to my peaceful life. That was until a couple of days later, on a Saturday, my friends and I decided to go clubbing. We had a new club in my district and we called it the Tinnitus Club, cause you ain't leaving that place without some sort of hearing damage. When we finally arrived at the club, guess which power couple I saw? The eBay guy and a girl around his arms, which I can only assume is his ex-girlfriend he got back with buying her flowers, who then text-bombed me because she thought I had a thing for gorillas. Since the music in the club was so loud, it was really hard to communicate, so I went up as close to them as possible, leaned into the girl and said, "You're the one who texted me, right?" At this point, I didn't even care that her boyfriend was a gorilla that could have just threw me against the wall with one hand. I was ready to make our fight happen.
Yes. Hello, how are you?
Girl threatened me and called me every name in the book, and now she's like, yes, how are you? My ass! What is this? A class reunion? Didn't you want to beat me up?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that.
We aren't going to do anything. It's cool, it's cool.
I stood there for a second, just looking at them. Y'all the biggest pussies I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of puss. I went back to my friends, and when I looked back, both of them were leaving the club. But the next morning, I got a text from King Kong himself.
What was that about yesterday? You were so embarrassing. Lol.
Is this happening again now? Playing all tough through text? This is getting ridiculous. I have better things to do and I'm over this. I replied with, "Yeah, I'm going to block you too, my dude."
Wait, no, I'm sorry, please don't do this.
Blocked! Yeah, they were both definitely crazy. When I look back at it myself, I could have handled some things better. If we are all being honest, if I really started a fight back then, the gorilla could have just snapped my neck with like 2 fingers. If you want to watch more content, you can watch my last video where I talk about breaking out of university. Those dumb asses locked me and my friend up and just left us there to die. Just click this. Arm wave. Woo! I don't know what I'm doing. Thanks for watching.